Hi, I'm Monica McDonald. I'm a realtor with EXP Realty, and it is my pleasure to introduce to you a great friend of mine that God put in my life about, 2 years ago?
I think it's been 3.
3? Wow.
Almost 3 years ago.
Tell us how we met you now. Yes.
So we actually met in a transaction in 2020, so about 2.5 years ago. And we closed on a deal, but we had not met in person. We actually did the entire transaction almost virtually. We were just able to communicate, and it was a great transaction that we were able to do completely virtually, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that was at the very beginning of COVID, and I truly admire what Janelle was doing. I loved her social media. I loved how she did real estate. So I started following her, and I honestly tried to connect with her for a year. The hardest date ever. And
should I explain why?
Sure, you should.
Because you were with EXP.
That's awesome. That's true. Right. So why were you rejecting me because I was with EXP?
It wasn't you. It was EXP. Well, the problem was that I had been approached several times by EXP agents without wanting to even have a relationship. But it was mostly just about recruiting, and I did not want to be recruited. I wanted to practice real estate. And as a broker, for me, it was very important to maintain those relationships. And so...
Wait, because you were a broker. You had your brokerage.
Yes. Now I'm a broker associate. So yes, I had my own brokerage for 5 years. And I had my agents, and we were doing great. I had no intention of ever making any kind of move. And so to continually be recruited without really having a relationship with these other agents just made it very unattractive. So I always rejected anybody who was trying to have lunch with me that was from EXP, because I figured it was just, there was an ulterior motive.
Sure, I can totally understand that. Yeah. You know, a lot of people have reach out to me, or they feel that I'm trying to recruit them, which I am not trying to recruit them. I'm trying to change their lives, because EXP changed my life, the life of my family. So tell us, what has your experience been so far with EXP? You've been with us, we've been
a year
partners.
And a half. We've been partners for a year and a half now. And that was interesting. That was something that I immediately rejected, but you, like you said, you were coming after me, but you were very intentional. You never annoyed me. And I think that once I did understand what EXP was, I felt like there was something there. There was something different, and I felt that there was opportunity for my agents. My love of training, my passion for my agents, being able to accomplish more than just your typical real estate transaction and building that financial freedom was something that was really important that I saw at EXP that I had not seen before, and that I knew my own brokerage couldn't deliver for them.
Absolutely. And how do you think the life of your agents have changed, or how have they been impacted? Because I know at the beginning it was a little bit hard for them, but now they're seeing the results.
I think the buy-in is a huge thing. So one of the most important things that I think they've seen and value has been the collaboration in the community. We talk about that because we've created what we call our weekly huddle, you know, in our Experience Freedom group, and that's been incredible, because where I was more limited geographically, now we're able to expand all over the United States and even now internationally, which is a blessing, because we're able to help so many more agents build their real estate business, but at the same time help them achieve the goals, because everybody's got different goals and different levels and measures of what success is. And so collaboration and community is one of the things I've seen them value the most, and being able to be more independent, that while we're still a team and as far as production, that they can still feel like they're growing their own networks and their own business partners. And I've seen that excitement, which has been so encouraging for me as a leader.
That's great. So when you joined EXP, you had how many agents?
So I brought with myself, I think it was 4 agents actually.
And how many agents do you have in your network now?
24.
24. So from where? What areas?
So I've got Chicago, Nashville, several parts of LA, and all over Central Florida and all over Florida in general. And it's been amazing.
So if you would have stayed as your own brokerage, as your own boutique brokerage, probably you would have never met or reached any of those agents.
Absolutely. Or even beyond my network, even within your network, which, you know, we are parallel and can sometimes overlap. And I think that's been encouraging, because being able to have, you know, the the support from your network that overlaps into mine, and for my agents to feel like they've got that support has been everything.
Sure.
You know, open houses, things like that help support if we have buyers or referrals. All of that, we didn't have any of that. That support system is incredible, and the fact that it's one brokerage and not a franchise, I think has made all the difference in the world.
Okay, so here's another question. Why would someone like you had a brokerage, your brokerage was profitable, even though you only had about 4 agents, right? And I was operating as a single agent. Why would you listen to me?
That's a great question. I think one of the smartest things you did was invite me to the Build conference in Dallas, because what that did was it expanded my ability to be able to see from other brokers, speak to other people that I actually did know in the industry that weren't with EXP before. And I think that's what really revolutionized my thought process. And my husband, who is a no person, who I also brought to Build, and that was also an incredible experience for him, where the first day we were like, okay, how can we implement what they're doing into our brokerage? And then finally, it was kind of this surrender of, why don't we join EXP? Doesn't this make more sense? It's already here, it's established. And on top of that, having access to all these incredible agents, including yourself, but I needed to align myself and understand other brokers that were independent or other brokers that had franchises and why they joined EXP. And so being able to collaborate and even understand and have those conversations at that conference was, I think, the game changer for us.
Awesome. So if you could give someone an advice where they feel stuck in their career, or they want to change, or they want to prepare for retirement, because you know, as realtors, the moment that we sell a house, we're unemployed.
Right.
And if we don't save for retirement, we can be selling houses for a very long time.
That's right.
So, and you're great at that. You brought a financial advisor, which, by the way, I had a couple of conferences with her. We're all about educating our realtors and help them prepare for the future. So what advice would you give someone that is thinking about making a change in their career?
So I think one of the biggest things is understanding what are your goals and what is it that you want to accomplish. Because like you said, I always say, not employed, but you're only as good as your last deal. And most agents spend that money instead of reinvesting it. One of the beautiful things that we have at EXP is that we're all owners. We all have stock. And anytime we even bring an agent, we have the opportunity every transaction to actually be able to gain stock at a discount. But anytime an agent that we bring under, their first closing, we get stock gifted to us. And so those are things where I kind of put that away. But when I saw my account, I was like, well, after a year and a half, I have this money that I didn't have before.
That's right.
And you're able to put it away, or you can utilize it, you know, once it's vested. But I think it's just an incredible opportunity to have so many diverse passive income streams. And you don't get that with a typical normal line of production in real estate. And I think that's where this, you know, realtors really need to reassess what their goals are. Is this just to sell 1 or 2 houses a year and be done with it, and it's just a side hustle? That's one thing. But as a career, in order to have passive income streams, I think EXP is the one tool that has solved a lot of these problems and a lot of these complexities that agents have struggled with for years, which is the word retirement, because it almost seems like this impossible dream.
That's right. So thank you, Janelle. You have been amazing. You and I, we have collaborated. We've done lunch and learns. I feel like, oh my gosh, it feels like a year and a half or so. It's been longer than that, because we went to Miami. We did this, we did that. We did so many things together.
Yes.
That if you would have stayed independent as your own little brokerage,
Never would have done that.
we never would have done that. And it's incredible also to see that somebody that joined your network, Pedro and Nisa, they're gonna go take their first international trip. It's just amazing to see all the people that God has brought into our
And
lives.
the lives that have changed as a result of one decision.
Right.
It really is. It's incredible. And I think something that you said is one of the biggest things that I hear complaints when I hear people, oh yeah, I did EXP or anything like that. I'm like, you just didn't align yourself with the right people. Because I think one of the best things, all the people that have talked to me about EXP, I'm glad that I aligned with you. The support I've received that helps align with my goals and my love of teaching, educating, helping realtors get to that next level, meet them where they're at, if they're new or if they're seasoned, whatever it is that they're in their life, just to be able to help them and guide them through that process. You have been such a huge support in being able to do these agent training events has been everything. I feel like that's where I feel very fulfilled, where other people may be in a client transaction, but for me it's really in training, being able to align myself with someone who helps support that mission and that drive and sees the value of it has meant everything.
So what's next for us?
Well, you're gonna see.
we're just gonna keep going. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Janelle. She is an amazing leader, and she'll be able to help you, or reach out to me. Either one of us will be able to help you.